Oh no.
Hey, this is Barb Whitlow from Enlightened Souls Paranormal. We got Alex Kramer, the camera guy. We got Alicia McFadden, the empath slash
Hey.
medium, even though.
Same.
And we got George Zeppelin. And we also got Vegas Paranormal Lisa.
Sweet.
Hello.
Well,
Welcome.
thanks for having me. I'll check you guys out later. That's all I did. I'm sorry, you guys. I was in the green room waiting for you guys, and I asked for sprinkled donuts, Three Musketeers, some granola bars, and you guys gave me somebody else's drink with carrot juice, I think, is in it. But I guess I'll stick around for an hour. But but thanks for having us on. Both myself, Vegas.
You need your makeup artist too. Where's that at?
I know, right?
That was
visit you.
Alex. That's that man. I don't have makeup, please. I said that earlier. I don't, but shit. Shoot.
Oh,
Yes,
lost
go
for
upstairs.
words.
I can't.
That's a good one.
Yes, it
I
is. It's
like
right
that.
now.
Oh, lost for words. Hey,
Yes,
Lori,
it is.
how are
Go.
you?
I gotta
I
go.
like that name.
She's really awesome. She's one of my good friends.
Awesome.
So
is-
Is that how I say it? Sibylle?
Sybil.
Sybil, okay.
I call her.
With name. Sorry about that.
Hi, Scylla. I call her Scylla.
Hi guys. Oh, hi Wolf and Hound. That's pretty good too. I like these names.
Hi, Wolf. I let him know that I was going to be on here.
nice.
Awesome.
So everybody can hear one another. We're all good.
Yep.
Everybody can hear.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Oh yeah, I got my.
Nice.
So, shall we start with how did you guys get involved in the paranormal? What's your first experience? Did you have any experience? And we can go ahead and start with Mr. George.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'll probably stretch this more than an hour because I don't know when to shut up. But I'll tell you, I will say this. Hey, what's going on? I wanted to come on here, and first and foremost say thank you. This is great, but I wanted to come on here because I'm such a talker. I was actually gonna mess with you guys, and I was gonna come on and
Hey, how you guys doing? Sorry.
just being real quiet, real keep my whatever. But I didn't do it. So. My story is very, what's good about my story is it never changes. And, it's one of those situations where how I got into it was a really weird situation with ghost hunting and ghosted paranormal and stuff. But, so many years ago, and I'll put it in a nutshell because people have heard this so many times and I don't want them to get bored. I'm a cancer survivor 2 times. And during my
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, it's a great story, but I'll try to keep it really down to a few pages. I ended up having cancer about 19 years ago, and I went through radiation. I had some stuff going on with radiation. And after my radiation, I started having a couple of grand mal seizures. I had a few seizures after that. And what happened was, I feel to this day, is it actually when I went through my grand mal seizures, doctors really can't understand why you have seizures. And I started seeing things. I mean, I can tell you the long version of it, but I started seeing things, and I never could explain it. And I started seeing things. 19 years ago, there's $50 in the tip jar for me swearing. I started seeing stuff, man. Everybody's story is going to be different when they, about paranormal. Everybody, they say things or they see things, but mine has everything to do with. It was just a weird situation. I blame it on having grand mal seizures, and I blame it on cancer. And because before that, I think I was just as normal as anybody else, man. I was just walking around. And to this day, I enjoy the paranormal so much, of course, but to this day, I can never explain why I'm able to see things. Not all the time now, people, not all the time. It's like a light switch. Everything has to be perfect. I mean, it's hard to explain. But now I just, I paranormal investigate, and I do it for one reason. I do it for a few reasons, but my number one reason why I do paranormal investigating to this day is not because of the black shirts or it sounds really cool to tell people, hey, I'm a paranormal investigator. It's because of this. Is I do it because I want to give myself hope and give other people hope that there's something after we leave here. And as long as we keep on getting evidence like an EVP or a shadow or something like that, if somebody ever gets that phone call that I got so many years ago saying, just like I had cancer 2 years ago and I beat it again, which is great, but it came back after 19 years. Long story short, But if somebody gets that phone call one day, bling, 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 and say, Johnny Smith, you know, you have cancer and, you know, whatever, and we don't know how long you're going to be here. I do believe if I can help out people in this paranormal field and let people know that there is something after we leave here, it'll take away a lot of the pressure of being afraid to die. I know that sounds really ridiculous. I know that sounds really deep, but if I could take a little bit of fear from people for, you know, about that nasty word death and know that there's something on the other side, I'll keep on doing what I do to give people hope and give myself hope that there is something on the other side. And that's why I keep on paranormal investigating. It's not just for me, but I do it for new people that are, you know, that are afraid, that want hope that there is something on the other side. So that's my story. I could have stretched it out longer, but that's my story, man. It gets pretty deep.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
I actually am a cancer survivor too.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
2003.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 1999. I caught it. The doctors are all in their head, all in your head. And I didn't get chemo, but it was right before that I can smell infection inside my body. Now, I know TMI, but
You know, your body knows.
Yeah, I know my body better than anybody. Then in 2003, I went through an endoscopy, and actually I had a light seizure. Camera hit my pancreas, and then I was in there for pancreatitis. Then left on a Sunday night. Monday I had a grand mal seizure. I have frontal lobe seizures. Never knew it, and I think that's why I see things too.
Okay.
So I get it.
So you understand? I'll go because this is very important. I've never met anybody. Honestly, this is so awesome tonight because I'm sorry, Vegas. I won't take up too much time.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
I talk way too freaking much, man. I've never heard this. I've always wanted to meet somebody, honestly, that has grand mal seizures or had one. I never had seizures before. I played baseball, football, all that stuff, and I never had anything wrong. And then all of a sudden, I had a grand mal seizure, 2 of them. And the next thing you know, something's happening to my brain. Like I'm seeing stuff, you know, I almost said shit again. It would have been $100 in the jar. But I started seeing it. So to know that Barbara had a so-called grand mal seizure to me, it's validation that ever since she had that, then she sees things, hear things, smell things, feel things. I'm more connected. I'm more connected to the paranormal than I am with people in this world. Okay, ready for this one? This is going to sound really... I'm more afraid of the living than I am in the dead.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh my God, yes.
Because they'll freaking...
Amen to that. Jesus, amen to that.
Yeah, I mean, these people...
I would rather deal with the living or the paranormal than deal with the living legit facts.
And it's a fact because everybody, you know, I'd rather not see somebody coming after me, you know, that's paranormal. If they're mad at me, if I'm doing an investigation at a cell or something like that, and I won't repeat it, but it is true though. I'm more afraid of living people than I am the other side. It is a fact. It is a fact.
And I actually had, you know, ever since I was 4, I could see things, but actually, you know, it didn't come out even more until I had that seizure.
Right.
And then I shut myself down because people were like, "You're psycho. You should be in a..."
I sure am psycho. I'll claim that shit in a hot minute.
Yep.
So I get it.
No, but
I will claim that psychoticness in a hot minute.
No, I get it. Now, someone the comments are going up really fast, and my eyes don't just. But no, you're good. But you know, someone just said that, you know, it's something about the departed. I'd rather, because I still to this day, we all do it. People that we lost in our life. We all feel more connected to the other side. If it's our grandpa, our grandma, or aunts and uncles, dogs, cats, whatever it may be. All of us do it. Every single one of us do it. We talk to the people we lost. And there's a reason for that. Is because we feel more connected and able to open up secrets that nobody else knows on this side of the veil. Now, the veil, as we know, the veil is this side, and we're on it, and then there's the other side. I feel more with my secrets, my true blue secrets. I trust the other side of the veil than this side of the veil.
Amen. Yep.
And then I also feel like I'm more connected to the spirits and the paranormal because I've been through so much crap in my life, and I feel like nobody understands me, and I feel like that's what the spirits are. Nobody understands them, so I have that connection with them. Like I feel their pain. I know, like I understand where they're coming from. Like not being able to communicate. like feeling invisible. Nobody can
Mhm.
hear me. Nobody's hearing what I'm saying. Like I'm lost.
What it
Right.
is, what it is, it's judgment. You're
Yep.
not going to be
Judge
judged.
you.
You're not going to be judged by the other side of the veil. Look, and I've been when I was a youngin. When I was a youngin, I think we've all been there. Maybe, maybe not. But I was bullied in high school. I was bullied in junior high school. I was a little guy in high school. I was 4'11" my freshman year. Probably 110 pounds, and I was bullied from here to Mississippi. And you know what? That's one thing that I what I don't. Here I'm about to flip the script. But this is what I don't enjoy that I see on a daily on Facebook because I don't enjoy people being bullied or maybe looked down upon on anything on from what we look like, how we talk, how we maybe believe in something that someone else doesn't believe in, and all of a sudden because you don't believe in that thing that they believe in, well now they're going to bully you. And
Oh yeah.
I will always stand up for everybody in this field and outside of the field. No matter
Yep.
what, if I'm going to get
You know what?
socked in the face, I will stand up for anybody because I will not tolerate bulliness at all from anybody. So that's just
And
me.
I still get bullied. I
You
lost a
Same.
job because of a bully that bullied me in grade school, lost my credit, everything. It was
Yeah.
unreal. They didn't even investigate it. So
Wow.
I really believe too that we're earth angels. God put
Yes.
us on this earth to be able to talk to people.
Yes.
That's one
Yep.
big thing. And to
Right.
me, this is my opinion. Not all spirits that bite you or scratch you, they're trying to get your attention. I don't
Right.
think all of them are demons.
No.
Right.
No.
I think they're just frustrated because they can't get your attention.
Everyone is
It
so
is funny.
stereotypical of them.
And it's funny you say that because the night that I went in February, the night I went on my investigation, prior to that, people knew I was going. So they did some hateful things to distract me. And then after that, and during my investigation, I was not right. And Susan knew that. She could feel it. She knew something was going on. So I was live. I was live when that shit happened. I was alive, and I knew that step was there. I was getting ready to step down, and then all of a sudden, I guess my foot rolled, and then I didn't notice that bite mark until we went to the office to sit down and charge our stuff, and it was crazy because when as the night went on, it started to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So I had to kind of end my investigation, but I told everybody, go ahead and do yours. Go do your investigation. We'll, do whatever you got to do and then keep it moving, So we went to the hotel and the bite mark was still there. So I took a picture of it. Next thing I know, woke up the morning, it's gone. Bruises don't go away.
No.
Bruises do
no.
not go away.
Not that quick.
And and
No.
I believed in spirits, but I was like, okay, I don't think you can get bit and scratched. So that part was skeptical until Mark got bit and Mark got choked and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm a believer.
So I just came up with an idea. So I
What's
came
up?
up with an idea. Barb has what Mark calls a boo bear that he's making for her specifically. And last night we were talking about that, what Barb just said. And I was like, you know what I want to make? I want to make like a punching bag or something like with a REM pod inside of it. So
yes,
or it'll light up. So every time the spirit hits it, it'll go off. But somehow make it like see-through so you can see it, instead of just hearing it go off. And I was like, you know what? We're going to call it a para bag, and it's going to be Mark's para bag, and it's going to have Mark's face on it.
Let me know how much that is. I want it.
That's
so
awesome.
now
Let me know.
It'll just go hitting all willy-nilly.
Yeah, let me know how much that is because I will so buy one.
Okay. So I know we kind of jumped around. So let's go back and talk about how you, Lisa, got involved into the paranormal. What did you experience? Have you experienced anything?
Oh God, yeah. When I was 15, I used to be a waitress when I was 15, and I had this light that was in my room. It was one of those clicky light thingies where you could turn the knob. And I was counting my change. I was rolling it because you know how people love to leave you their change, right?
Oh yeah.
So I was rolling my change, and all of a sudden that light clicked, and it clicked on, and I was like, "Hi, Grandma," because I knew it was my grandma. Well, after that, as the years went on, you know, I had a little bit more experiences, got more into witchy stuff, and was going to spiritual stores because I lived in Virginia at the time. I'm from Virginia. Grew up there, but I'm from Massachusetts. So, you know, so in Virginia, everyone's skeptical, but there are so many spiritual stores, which makes no sense. And so I went to the spiritual stores, did, you know, was curious about what I needed and stuff like that. And then as the years went on, more things started to happen. So I started getting evidence once I moved to Williamsburg, Virginia. Started doing more investigations, went to Trans-Allegheny, my first investigation ever. Started you know, it was kind of a skeptical but believe thing, you know. And then after that, when I lived in my house, I started seeing the soldiers because apparently I lived on a battleground. Didn't even know that.
That's always neat.
And
Yeah.
I would see the soldiers coming in my house going towards my kids' room. And then we had a thunderstorm one night, and I actually watched them walk through my house to the other side. And I was like, okay. And then one night I actually saw them lined up by the stairs as I was going to stairs. Basically, they were protecting me, which was weird. And then I moved out here and just started having many more experiences. We did capture, we went to an abandoned hospital in California, and we captured an entity. I think I showed you, George.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, so I captured that in 3 seconds. And people want to say it's fake, which, I mean, that's their prerogative. But I captured that in 3 seconds. 3 seconds, how do you fake that, for one? And for two, I felt that thing during the day when we went to this location because we were just doing abandoned exploring, whatever. So I told my husband, I was like, yeah, we're coming back here to investigate. Within the 4th time going, it was just me and my husband, and we captured it. So that showed me they exist even more, you know. They showed me they exist even more. And for me to actually capture that makes me wonder, you know, the universe is like, all right, you're doing this. All right, here, I want to show you this. Okay, now you're starting to get more into this. I want to start showing you more things. And then after I did that is when I got bit. Now it got more physical, but I don't see it as a bad thing. You know, the spirits at the prison knew I wasn't in the right state of mind. So as I've been doing this for a while, but as I got down to Nevada, I just really started just kicking it, you know, just following my dreams, following my heart out here. And then George gave me another opportunity. Wendy Clark actually invited me, and then, you know, so they gave me another opportunity to go.
Nice.
So I did, and I actually faced the spirit that bit me, and then I faced Carol Cole because he actually growled at me the last time we were there.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay.
So, really quick before, can you tell everyone that doesn't know what location you're talking about, where you were at, really quick?
The hospital or the prison?
Yeah. So that was at the Nevada State Prison, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Just so everyone knows out there.
Yeah. And then
But,
the other one, I don't.
Going back to your,
Shut up, Victor. Hey, Victor, I got 10 more dolls coming. So.
Oh, Lordy.
Anyways,
So this is
kinda going back
Victor.
to the ghost
This is-
soldiers, though.
Oh, go
On
ahead.
a lot of like those battlefields, like I'll use Gettysburg as a good example.
I've been there. I love that place.
The spirits will still actually fight and fire out their guns.
Yep.
And there's actually a chance you can get shot by them.
Yep.
You can feel
Yep.
it.
You just won't die. You'll
you
feel
get-
like something went through you, though.
Did you get shot?
And when we went to Gettysburg, I got attacked in Devil's Den. I was talking to a friend that lived in Pennsylvania, and we were actually walking up to Devil's Den, And as we're walking to Devil's Den, all of a sudden my face went white. I started coughing and stuff.
Oh my.
And I told her, I was like, I can't go up there. The spirits don't want me up there. She goes, how do you know? I'm like, they just don't want me up there. So when we went back,
weird stuff.
right? So we walked down the sidewalk and everyone was like, your face is pale, your face is all pale. And I was like, yeah, their spirits were, letting me know they didn't want me up there and they were making it very known. I have been to Jenny Wade House. I have been to the orphanage. I have been to the battlefield. That battlefield at nighttime is very interesting. Very interesting. It's active.
Love to go.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's very active, but you have to be there at the right time. But since the park rangers are always around there, you have to be very careful with going to the battlefield because there's always park rangers.
Oh man.
So it's kind of like a trespassing type thing.
Park rangers
So-
and stuff like that.
As long as you stay on the road, you're good. They won't bother if you're on the road, but if you actually go out into the field, you will get a trespassing charge.
Ah,
Oh yeah,
that
I
sucks.
believe it.
Because it's the East Coast. Everything is trespassing.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
So
It is.
where would you get permission from to be able to go to those certain parts then? Do you know?
Probably the society. The parent, like,
Yeah, the historical society is a good bet.
yeah,
The local government, of course,
right.
and maybe
Probably
even
the-
the park rangers themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they know you're there to paranormal investigate, they probably won't bother you.
But otherwise, they'll be like, "Yeah, no, you can't." Be
Yeah,
there."
right? Exactly.
Someone's always got to ruin it.
I know, right? Damn people. And this is why I don't like working with people.
I'm always.
So is
one-
it just you on your team? Is it just you for your team then, Lisa?
It's me and my husband. This
Okay.
one I actually went by myself because I had to face, the spirits that wanted to get aggressive with me
Mhm.
on my own. Because that's how I am. If you're going to get aggressive with me, I'll face you by myself and show you I'm not one you want to mess with. Because, I also used to do security, so they kind of know that demeanor, and that's why they show me the respect that they show me because I showed them respect, and if I want to do something that's kind of a little bit crazy, I ask Susan first and I'm like, is it okay if I do that? And she's like, go ahead.
Look at that!
That's
You got a top
awesome,
fan.
That's awesome, Wolf.
Hey, Matt.
Yes. Hi, Matt.
Hey, so let's go back to you, George. So you host the investigations. You set it all up for the Nevada State Prison. Is that
Yeah.
right?
So So what happens is myself and my wife Kara I don't like titles. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like a fan about titles, but we're docents there. We help out Susan Keaton Bernard. Susan Keaton Bernard is the main the one really in charge of the Nevada State Prison, and she's asked us both to help out. And we don't put events together. We just put like, hey guys, who wants to sign up? Let's go. We're only 4 hours away. And right away when I put it out there, I don't want to say they sell out, but they sell out. They just sell out
do.
within a day or two. And it's so myself as Nevada State Prison, whoever wants to go, it's a certain amount of money, and I'll see you there. And I do believe, and please don't take this the wrong way. Do not take this the wrong way, because please. I think it's all about energy when it comes to paranormal investigating, right? And I have a lot of energy. And I think what happens is people like, oh, George, he has a lot of energy. He'd be a good guy to maybe investigate with. We might get more evidence because this guy he's a ball of energy, man. I don't know how else to put it. I'm calm right now because this is your show. But it's like we host it whenever we can. And we have another one coming up we put together right after we did make one last weekend on April 30th. We just put it together for just 10 people. And
I wish
that
I could
one
go.
Yeah, man, it's going to be so awesome. But this time the weather's going to be good because now we're kicking into spring.
Yeah,
And-
no, summer. Vegas is already at 90 degrees next week.
Yeah, so there you go.
Woo! Cook an egg on the sidewalk.
No,
Yeah.
that's when it's 117.
Man, yeah, so that's what we do. I like seeing people happy. So if I can get a group of people to go to, I mean, I have a few locations I put together whenever I can, but now it's starting to pick up because COVID is now. We don't talk about COVID anymore.
Right?
But
That never
you know,
existed, right?
What's
That never
yeah,
happened.
Wait, what is that?
Right?
I don't know what that is. You know.
all of a sudden it just disappeared. I was like, okay, what
Amen
the
to
hell?
that. Well, now
You
we're
know?
into a new subject. Now we're into the war. So, you know, that's a
Aliens
new
are next.
thing.
Oh, there's
The
No.
healthcare actually still is COVID.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it's you know
COVID
what? So
who,
we
Molly?
exactly. You know, you know, I was gonna wear this hat, a different hat tonight, but I didn't want to start trouble. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a sheep. Be a lion, or just what the hell does it say again? It says, yeah,
Don't be a
sheep.
lion. Be
Hold on,
a
hold on.
ghost.
See,
Oh,
that's,
there,
you know what? Why do they
lion.
call them sheep? They should be goats, man. Or
I know it's, but we got to be careful. We got to be careful with political stuff because people get mad. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, right?
yeah,
Moving
you
on.
have to.
So,
You
Moving
have
on.
to.
No,
how much is
Cubs,
it?
we gotta talk about the almighty Batman.
Yeah, that's
Amen to that. Or Superman, even better.
Crap. The
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
So,
George, how much
yes,
is it to investigate if they want to investigate and they get a hold of you at the
yeah.
Nevada
So,
State Prison? And how long is it? And
yeah, no doubt. So what happens is it's $125 a person. Yes, I know it's steep. I get it, but the
And you
money
tip
goes
her
right.
too.
Yeah, yeah, and it's 125 to get in there. It's from usually about 5 p.m. till about 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's 8 hours, 7 hours of complete fun. It's a great location. It's always good people, but it's 125, and the money goes. They don't pay until they get there, but it goes to if they contact myself or Steve or Susan Keaton Bernard. This prison every weekend. There's always people going. There's always people going,
Right.
and
And the money goes
it's
back into the prison.
And
yes.
you know what? I look at it as that's a hotel stay, really. You're gonna pay that at a hotel. Why not have fun?
Exactly.
And also, it can be like a fee to maybe maintain the property or
Like
And
Exactly.
Chris is all the Chris is there. Everybody, Joe, all the people there are really nice. Like they treat you like family. They really do.
Yeah,
that's
they
awesome.
do.
then
I wouldn't
Go
put my name on. I wouldn't. No, I'm sorry, dear. I wouldn't put my name on it, or not my name, but I wouldn't be part of it if I didn't think the people that are running it are actually they're 10+ A+ people. They're actually amazing
Amen to
people.
that.
Yeah,
Amen to that.
yeah.
You know,
So
I
So-
love the paranormal field because I've met so many cool people. It is just wonderful. It's like we're all family.
oh, I absolutely.
President. For you.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it, Wolf. Come on, make it happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's
Aw.
like thousands of dollars, though, isn't it, to be able
Oh,
to
yeah.
rent that whole? You get the entire prison,
No.
don't you?
Oh no, you
$500.
get it's if you have 3 people. If you just get 3 people, it's an automatic $500. But it's you got no matter what, it's $500 to roll in. So if you go in with 2 people, 1 person, 3 people, it's $500. But after that, or whatever, it's 125 a person. The prison is as Vegas will know. She was just there. It's huge. It's
Nice.
the pictures that I have, or she has, or anybody has. It does not 100%,
It
100%
doesn't
give it.
serve it justice.
There is no justice. Absolutely not. It's huge. There's so much to do. There's so much to do.
I
there.
have to
It's
keep
ridiculous.
going back to keep going back to keep going back to keep
That's
going to
cool.
the rooms that I miss.
Yeah.
George knows. Like
Yeah.
I've been there 3 times and I'm going back again later this year. And every time I go, I experience a new place. Like we just got able to go to the activity ward because they recently cleaned that up and opened that up. So there's a new place for people to go, and it's
Mhm.
like there's so many freaking places in that prison to just investigate, and it's active no matter what time of day.
Nice.
No matter what time of day you go in there, you're getting something. I was in there at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the death chamber, and I had a full blown conversation with Carol Cole.
Very cool.
So
Yeah.
what is it in the death chamber? How did they
Lethal
eliminate-
injection.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how I was starting to lean towards. Lethal injection is probably it.
Yeah, they it's basically it's blocked off where the bed is. It's blocked off, and they show you the room where they actually had the lethal injection in the wall in the windows. Like I said, I just literally put a video up, and I explain it in the video too, where the window is and where they put the lethal injection and where the panel is to where they turn it on and off. But they have a big block of glass in front of it because they don't want people messing with the bed. You know, and you have to be like, you have to be someone very famous to probably even lay on that bed.
I would love to
I'm sorry, I had to pop that comment up there.
No,
That's
You
my
know-
husband's hoo-ha.
no. Let me just say this too with that remark. That's actually really funny because that's a great trigger option. You know, you can go and drop the bar of soap and oops. But I'll tell you what, the first but I'll tell you what. The very first, honestly, I will say this: the very first time someone gets a little zip in their behind for dropping the soap by a paranormal spirit, nobody will ever drop the soap again. Nobody will ever drop the soap again.
Speaking of that, the last Friday's investigation, I got hit on by a spirit.
Nice.
That
Yeah,
was
she did,
hilarious.
actually.
I wasn't there, but I was watching the live because I
Yeah,
do
I'm
have
like,
to
I'm
travel.
married. Leave me
Hey,
alone.
she
What
did.
it was is there's a house that we went to in Pekin, Illinois, and this guy would always mow his grass naked. He got so, I mean, he was in trouble all the time. So the city's like, look, you need to put up a fence and you can do what the heck you want.
Right.
So he was sitting there hitting on me.
Hey,
Nice. You go, girl. That's because you're really pretty. That's because you're smexy. That's what it is. And they wanted to make that very loud and clear.
Normally, I'm the one that's sitting down, actually. Believe it or not,
Oh my gosh.
because only
Wow.
the dead's interested in me, apparently, for some reason.
Well, you know, Vegas was saying something, and all seriousness, if I can interject this really quick, is I hate talking about I hate the me thing or I thing. It's a team thing, but
Yeah.
I do believe this though. I do believe this when she's telling us she got bit on the soap. I mean, she got bit on the foot.
I
Oh, we
mean,
lost her?
you got soap under mine.
Our lead investigator, Mark.
Oh, what's up, Mark?
Oh, Mark in the house. What's up?
I'm punching the
Gonna get real now. No.
Man, you must be a Royal Rumble.
Alright.
People coming in.
That's
So
awesome.
George is telling a story right now.
No, it's not a story, but I do believe. No, I do. It'll just take 30 seconds. I do believe that when she got bit on the foot or whatever happened to her foot. It's kind of like what happened to me when I got branded. I call it being branded by the paranormal. I think you're always gonna have that branding on your foot. You may not see it. After Ghost Adventures, when I got scratched on my back, it wasn't a scratch. It was more so like a welt. It was almost like a burning welt that happened to my back. I do believe with her foot. I do believe you're marked for life. I know that sounds really ridiculous without being valid. Well, not being valid. It's not.
I so did not want that to happen, but eventually I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, you're pretty much marked, and each time you go back, I feel that you're always going to have that same spirit because there's a different reason, like you said earlier. The spirits just want to get our attention. Why do you guys think each time we paranormal investigate, they always seem to scratch us on the back, right? Always on the back, is because I do believe that when we paranormal investigate and we lose, we actually leave this planet and we die. I don't think we know the sense of direction or how powerful we are when we reach out to the humans. You know what I'm saying? Like people living. So what if we get scratched or whatever? Because there's no way of telling how hard they want to reach out, just tap you on the shoulder to like come back, but they reach out because there's no sense of how much they're reaching out to you with so much power. Does that make any sense at all?
Right.
Yeah,
It does. Because to be honest with you, my right foot is my money maker. I drive for a living to make my money.
Yeah.
So they mark the most powerful thing on me, which is my foot, my right foot. My right foot, I've been through a lot of things, and so that was their way. Like I said, I was dreading the day to get marked, but it finally happened.
No, and I think that people always think when they get scratched, and I don't know. This is all my opinion. This is all opinionated. Is I do believe that when we get scratched, it's not demons. It's nothing evil. I'm not a part of that evil demon. I'm not a fan.
Same.
I'm not a fan. Everything's not evil or
Right.
demon like so. So that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
Well, if
exactly.
Getting Scratch marks us, then I'm like a really popular book in a library. I got a lot of bookmarks on me.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
always getting the punching bag. People, the spirits love biting, scratching him. So we send him in first so he gets it.
Well, I mean,
nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
it couldn't because the eyeless will come on, George. It'll go scratch, and I'll go ahead, do it.
Right.
But right, here you go. I'm all yours.
If you're gonna do it, just do it. You know, I mean, let's get it over with. You know.
Right.
Amen to that. Like, all right, let's just get this over with. All right, moving on. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you done your thing. All right, well, let's get into this now. Let's get to business type thing. Yeah.
There was one time though.
Let's
His
just get.
ovulus said,
If you're gonna scratch me. Don't tell me you're gonna do something and don't do it. You know, it's just.
Exactly.
And what's this I hear this Vegas paranormal girl? What's this? I heard something about you might be kinfolk of mine or something. You're from Virginia?
Yes, sir.
I'm the second great grandson of Robert E. Lee.
I don't know who that is. No, I was born in Massachusetts, but I was raised in Virginia, and I lived there pretty much all my life. And I went from Virginia Beach to Chesapeake to Norfolk to Williamsburg, hung out in Richmond a lot, and then I moved to Vegas.
Yep. So I can't wait to go to Gettysburg someday and see the reaction.
I actually went to like I was telling them, I went to Gettysburg twice, and it was an experience both times. It really was. Gettysburg is it's beautiful. It's like a sister town to Williamsburg, but bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're looking, like, if you're in Gettysburg and you're thinking about, oh, well, I want to go to Williamsburg, it's pretty much the same.
Yep.
But you got to be
Yes.
careful of the park rangers, she said.
Yes.
unless you have approval beforehand.
Right.
I will say this, and I apologize if you guys ever have a chance. And I'm not trying to like push the Nevada State Prison. I'm in California. I've been in California all my life, so I don't go too far away. I pretty much stay within 6 hours of my home. But the Nevada State Prison for me brought out it does. I'm not afraid of it. I'm more so. It's more emotional for me. I get more tears. I get more sadness. I get more. I'm very sensitive. I cry on it. I can cry. I cry. I'm just very sensitive. It is what it is, and I'm a big giant.
But that's part of being an empath. That's you get to feel everybody's emotions.
You have a good
and
night,
some days.
Thanks.
Thank you, Wolf.
Bye, Wolf.
Bye, Wolf.
But that's the thing about being an empath. You know, you can sense everything.
Yeah.
And people don't understand when you're an empath. It's a whole nother world compared to the ones that are in a box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can take other people's emotions on.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You're
Yep.
probably. I think
I'm sad.
No, you're right. I did, and I think that has, but you know what, though? I think we all have that same, I don't want to call it a gift or an ability, but I think we all have something because, you know what, I care about people. I know Mark cares about people. We all care about people in general. And, it doesn't take much to just love one another, care about each other, give each other,
exactly.
if someone's having a bad day, if I saw Mark at Starbucks sitting down having a cup of Joe, and I honestly have done this 100 times, maybe 20 times, but I've done this a lot, and I see somebody that's by themselves and they look like they're just really sad. I go out of my way, and it's not like, oh, good job, George. No, but this world needs to understand this world's a mess. I do believe we need to slow it down just a moment. We're all dealing with war. We're dealing with high gas prices. We're dealing with bankruptcy. We're dealing with a bunch of crap. I do believe that we all have a job. Paranormal investigators are better than the normal Joes. And I do think that, what we need to do, if you see somebody that's really down now from this day forward, do me a favor. Seriously, go check on that person. Make sure they're okay. And that's
nice,
those are chills, baby. So that's my stuff but that's the stuff that I get upset about because I see people on a daily, I see people very sad. And, if all of us would just take a damn moment and just be nice to one another and not just think about ourselves. All of us are not selfish. There's not one person here that's selfish tonight because this is why we're together tonight. I said this the other day, and I'm going to say this, please let me say this because I know you have a lot of people that you have friends and followers, I'm going to say this. You could change 50 people's lives tomorrow. And let me tell you how to do it.
One penny. I saw that.
Thank you.
I saw that one.
It does work though. You take a roll of pennies and you throw them in a damn parking lot, and you know what? Or scatter them. And I assure you, one day someone's going to say this. I see a penny, pick it up all the day long. I'll have good luck. That person that picks up that penny, you might have just gave them hope on something that they've been dealing with, from getting a phone call that they have cancer, or getting a phone call that their mother doesn't feel good, or whatever. So a single penny, one damn penny, can give somebody hope. And us as paranormal investigators need to step up and give this world hope, because we're all dealing with a lot of BS. That's my thing. So I'm sorry for saying that. But you know what?
No, you're fine, because
You're fine to say that.
you know, to sit there and actually, you know, to actually sister that. It's funny you say that, because I actually had a person today, a Lyft rider today. He was on the breakdown of tears because he was going through so much in his life and everything. And I just started, of course, being my bubbly self.
Yeah.
You know, I just started, you know, just talking to him. And I was like, you know what, dude? I was like, my favorite word is the F word, right? And we started going on and on and on about that. And he's like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And then I told him, because he was going through something in his life. And this is where I'm going to open up a little bit about myself. In 2011, I had to make a huge choice to put my kids in foster care. And I made the phone call myself. And then, you know, I had to go through all their circus acts to basically get my kids back, which I did 18 months later.
Good.
But thanks.
You're welcome.
But in the midst of all that, I had to go through meetings and stuff. So one day they sat here and they were like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I looked at him. I was like, are y'all this dumb? I said, I don't know where I'll see myself in 30 minutes. How the hell am I going to know where I'm going to see myself in 5 years?
I love
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? You know, like, I don't know where I'm going to see myself in 30 minutes. I was like, I hope to see myself on the West Coast, you know. But with that being said, you don't know what you're going to go through in 30 minutes. You don't know what you're going to go through in the next 5 minutes, you know. And that's what I was, because again, I see things further than people can understand. Right. And he was like, he goes, thank you. And I was like, for what? And he goes, just for this ride. And I was like, you're the one that ordered it, so you're welcome. Right. You know, but when I have customers, I actually, when my customers are, thank you, hon. I can feel, as soon as that person gets in my car, I can feel their energy right away. Yep. And that's when I know who I need to be. Whether I need to be a smart ass, whether I need to be, okay, this person needs some inspiration. You know, I know what type of energy, I know how to match, because I can, as always, you know, George, match energies. Yeah. You know? Yeah. You know, so it was amazing just to be able to make that person's day. Well,
you know, like I said before, we're Earth angels. God
exactly.
Earth to do that.
And you nailed it. And Mark is like, I see Mark sitting there, he's joined us, and he has this demeanor about him that is basically like, it's a compliment. It's like, I would, if he came up to me at a Starbucks or wherever, he has that demeanor about, like, you know what, this guy's coming here for a reason to help me, because you have this warrior thing, this warrior face, like, you know what, I got you. Let me listen to you. That's what I see in him, you know, and it's none of my business. But like, I got Matt, or Alex, I'm sorry, that's maybe 20 years old. I don't know how old you are. And
you actually got it right on the mark, actually.
No, and what's great about you is that you also, not, paranormal investigators are not just about paranormal investigating, getting ghosts and paranormal investigating. We don't need education to be a paranormal investigator. We don't need education to give people hope, or give people confidence, or give people a smile on their face. So you have a job to do there, Mr. Alex, where you can handle the younger generation. That if I go sit down next to a girl that's 18, 19 years old, I look like this weirdo, right? So you have to, you know, you need to handle the younger generation for us as a paranormal investigator or a cameraman, whatever you are, or whatever you choose to do. I think that we need to understand how special we all are. We're all so damn special, and that we, you know, like you said, we're angels. And you know what? It's not a bad thing to say, you know, that you're an angel. Accept it and help others. I mean, it's just, I get so frustrated, and I'm sorry, but I get frustrated because I see people on a daily that we're all supposed to love this paranormal field, and we're supposed to be this better person than they are. There's less of us here than in the world. Maybe there's a reason for that. We're supposed to help one another. So, we're all about the same age. We all get it. It's just a matter of doing it. And that's what I get so upset because I know that, like I said, Mark you could just tell Mark you could sit in front of, I know somebody needs you tomorrow, Mark. I could just tell someone needs you tomorrow, and it's
Right.
just whatever it is. And we all have to do it. But, I don't want to get off, off track, but
No,
I
want to go off of what you
George,
said.
let me tell you a little story, George. I was at the mall. This was just last week. I didn't even
Awesome.
tell my team.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell my team about this because to me, it's just me being me.
Go for it.
At the mall, and I'm pretty sure most of us here in Peoria know where the food court is in the mall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this girl and her baby, that she was sitting there and just crying her eyes out.
Aw.
And I just stopped and I just looked, and a bunch of people looked at me like, what is he going to do? They looked at me like I'm trying to rob her or something, right?
Right.
And I dropped down to one knee, and I had to look up and look her in the eyes, and I says, hi. And she looked at me and she goes, hi. And I said, what's wrong? And she had her phone in her hand. She says, everybody hates me. I says, who's everybody? She goes, everybody on here. And I says, then put that thing away.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, what? And I says, if everybody on there's negative, delete them.
Amen.
Delete negative people out of your life.
Amen.
She says, but I just don't feel loved. And I said, how long has it been since you've been to church?
Mm-hmm.
She said, maybe a year and a half. And I said, that's why. She goes, what do you mean? I said, God loves you. You just need to go to him and feel it.
It's a true fact.
And she looked at me and the whole demeanor on her face changed.
Right. That's awesome.
And I looked at her. I says, now, would you like something to eat and drink?
Wow.
She goes, I'm not hungry. She says, I'm not hungry. And I says,
Right.
are you thirsty? She goes, yeah, I'll take a Pepsi. So I went over to the Asian place over there and I got her a Pepsi and brought it over to her. And she said she's going to eventually get on and she's going to like and follow our team because she likes what happened. She says, I think you were brought here. And I says, oh, I know I was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I seen you, I felt it. I'm like, okay, I understand why I'm here now. It wasn't.
Didn't that feel good? Okay, it's like, first and foremost, I'd give you a big old man hug right now, Mark. I swear to God, I think you're an amazing man. But, I'm telling, I love who you are. I love you exactly how you are. Don't ever change for anybody. Just stay the way you are. But doesn't that, okay, now I'm not going to compare to investigating, but didn't that feel good? You weren't looking for nothing in return. Didn't it feel good to walk away and the tears were gone? Now you spoke for God and God went through you and spoke to this young lady, and you might have changed her days, her weeks, her years. You might have changed everything about her by taking that 1-2 minutes of just showing that you love her. People think love is, I mean, we can get off track if you want. Love is not a dirty word, people. Love is not a dirty word. You say you love somebody, people take it to the next level. There's some guys out there, they use the word love to get as far as they can with a female or whatever. And I don't mean to take it that direction. To love one another is not a dirty thing. It's a beautiful thing that we all need right now and forever. So that's
Exactly.
what you did, Mark, is absolutely 100% beautiful, bro. And I can see your butt.
The thing is, this is another thing.
I'm going to show you
Me and
something.
Alex,
That was some good
when we
timing.
go eat out or anything or by myself, even if it's a beautician, we tip good. Yeah, we don't have a lot of money.
Amen to that. I always tip good because you never know what that person needs.
Yeah, you don't know. And the thing about Mark is, I have a brother, what I grew up with, and he was a jerk towards me. And I believe God put us all together. And actually, how we met is through his concerts. And that's how we got in, and he's like a brother to me. I mean, he's there for me. He's there for everybody in the team. And we all just click. And then Tammy is my daughter-in-law's mom. And it's just like everybody's clicking in here. And then we got the other cameraman that's his friend. So, I mean, it's awesome.
We're all thrown into the blender together.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in December 2008, I was working for GE as a safety manager. The big wind turbines, those big things you see.
Oh, those are so cool.
Yep, and they are. They're really cool on the inside too, until you have to climb up.
Yeah, I'm good. Y'all can keep doing that.
385 feet. And I was driving home to see my family, and I could tell by the ice forming on my mirror that the rain was starting to freeze. So I slowed way down.
Uh-oh.
I saw a horrific car accident right in front of me.
Go let him.
I stopped. I saw a young boy get ejected from the car.
Yeah, let the dog.
Oh my God.
And he was in the median, and he was lifeless. And I went over to him, and I did not have a pulse. I started giving CPR. And I probably gave CPR for close to 20 minutes. I was almost exhausted. And then he started coughing, and I rolled him over on his side, and he started breathing. And that's when the ambulance and the fire trucks showed up almost at the same time. And I actually saved his life.
That's awesome.
He's still alive today. GE gave me this plaque.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
But here's the thing: is the mom that was in the car was pregnant.
Oh wow!
And
oh my God!
She wasn't hurt so bad. She wasn't hurt as bad. But she asked me. She says, "Can I have your name and your phone number?" And I gave her my name, my address, and my phone number. And it was about, I don't know, a week later. This is the first week of December. About a week later, I get a letter from them in the mail, and there was a check in there for $400.
Dang!
Oh my God!
Thank you for saving my son's life.
Aw.
And I took that $400, cashed it, and I took it right to the children's home and told them to buy Christmas presents for the kids with it.
Aww.
And then after I read that, I didn't see that there was a little card on the back, and it was like, like one of those little cards when they have baby showers, and it showed like a baby boy, and it says, "My son's name will be Mark."
Oh,
You still got the card?
I got goosebumps now.
right? Oh my God, a goosebump.
Yeah, I've got it somewhere because I got the plaque. So I mean, yeah, I haven't heard from him since, but
That is so awesome.
But yeah, that's just one of the things that happened in my life. And when you speak about prisons, George, I worked in one for 13 years.
Oh wow, wow.
I worked at Statesville up by Chicago.
Yep.
And if you ever watch the movie Natural Born Killers, I'm in that movie 4 times because that's where they filmed it.
Oh, awesome.
Oh wow.
So I was a sergeant, and my sergeant's office is where Tommy Lee Jones and Woody Harrelson had their makeup and hair done.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
we were just talking about that before the show.
You guys are awesome, man. They are awesome. But yep, there's that. And then the second highlight of my life was when I was the sergeant, and then there was Lieutenant Samuelson and Major Briley. We're the 3 people that escorted John Wayne Gacy to his execution.
Oh wow.
Oh my God. I have to say this.
John Wayne Gacy. Why does that name sound so familiar?
He was the clown that killed all the little boys in Chicago.
Okay.
The birthday clown.
Did we all? I noticed that I had to put my head down, but at the time that you said what you said about when they named the child Mark, I think we all got chills. I had to put my head down.
Teary-eyed and chills. Yeah.
You got it came to this story, and thank gosh it had like this great ending to it, But when you said that, everybody, I can hear people saying it's like chills, 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 because it was such a beautiful story, and we all felt it, and it was just like it was awesome.
My team knows me pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm the kind of guy that I don't care what's happening in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to take a negative situation and turn it into a positive situation for somebody.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
I am,
Positivity and happiness is good.
And I think Barbie does the same thing, but she just comes across as being the circus clown. She uses humor.
He always gets mad or like, can't you be serious? I go, I can't. The thing is,
serious.
we both actually have in common is the children's spirits.
Wow.
You know, I've always helped children.
Kids are attracted to me and Barb everywhere we go. It's amazing.
Even, you know, the ones that are alive. If I know the family doesn't have food, I'm there. I'll look through my cabinets. If I don't have the money, I'll do whatever I need to do to help a person.
Oh, wait a second. Whoa. I'm out of strawberry sprinkle Pop-Tarts. So,
right?
I'll send it to you.
Give me address, I'll drop ship it.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see a big plane come overhead for one time.
And just drop it down, right?
Just drop it.
Amazon, George.
Oh my goodness.
Not ever.
They had a drone. Actually, Amazon's coming out and delivering that way, I noticed.
So does Walmart. Walmart delivers too now, which is epic. We've used their service like twice.
Oh my God. I am such a, you know what?
You just don't have time. You just don't have time.
Yeah.
Even though people
I get
can
it.
order online, I swear, ever since 2020, everyone hates Walmart. I don't know why.
Amen to that. My husband works there, so I feel really sorry for him.
Like even if like you can order online, I swear everyone just talks about how much they hate Walmart.
Yeah,
Every
I
time
know.
I see them,
Because they're
wow.
like the benefits to Walmart is okay. Like, you know, he's been there since 2014. And so like he's been pretty much in Virginia, he was there for all the way up until we left, and then out here he found a Walmart because there was like, you know, 200 of them within the vicinity of each other, which is so retarded. But he finally found one that actually would, you know, like take on the pretty much the transfer. And they actually somewhat treat the families okay during holidays and stuff. And they actually do treat him somewhat decent here in Vegas. But some of the managers, they get cocky and they act like they're better than everybody. And I'm just like, tough it out.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. Tough it out, you know. But I would rather do online shopping for Walmart than to actually go into Walmart because, again, we are empaths and we can feel everybody's energy. And oh my God, I've actually had panic attacks in Walmart here, just out here, because the population out here is ridiculously, insanely enormous.
So George, I know you got 5 minutes until you gotta get out of here.
I have to get my Pop-Tarts.
I lost for words. You have to get your Pop-Tarts?
Go ahead.
I want to go back to what you said about helping people and also people just investigating to investigate. Since we talked to you last, there's a lot that's happened, a lot's changed, and it's amazing for our team because we actually we're crossing spirits over now.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
We crossed over about 3 spirits now.
Right.
And
we did that just 2 weeks ago.
We're trying to help spirits. This is what we're about now, helping spirits and helping people understand like what's going on in their house and actually, you know, giving them that ear so they can talk freely and not be called crazy or, oh, it's just that or whatnot. But we've done quite a bit. And Barb, she just closed her first portal ever.
I did.
It was amazing to watch.
You go, girl. Awesome to you. You go, girl.
That's
I
awesome.
just love it. I mean, the thing is I was actually, when people were calling me psycho, I'm unstable, yada, 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 I started.
And I would have said, thank you.
You're welcome. And
I wouldn't know. That's what I would have told people. I'd have been like, oh, I'm psycho. I'm crazy. I thank you. I take it as a compliment.
I was thinking, like, thank you, you know, and everything. And I'm just like, you know, now since I'm in a paranormal group, I'm more positive. This is my passion for years and years, but I had too many sissies that didn't want to do it. Oh, I'm scared of this. I'm scared of that. And not only that, I watch those.
Hi, Lori.
Now I'm doing something I love.
No, that's so cool. And that's, you know, if I get out of here, and I do apologize, that's one thing that, you know, we're all, I'm not going to try to look for the right words. Here it is, simple and the way it is. You all are doing exactly what you want to do. And I don't mean to preach it because it's not about preaching. Just keep on doing what you feel that you need to do. If your journey is to paranormal investigate naked, Paranormal investigate naked. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to get at is the fact that
Be
you
careful with
guys.
the camera angles on that one.
Yeah, right. No, but you guys. What's that?
No, we did a paranormal investigation in Pekin, and the guy that died, he used to mow his grass naked.
Oh, I heard about that. Barbara, she told us about that, man. But just make sure.
On too.
On a serious note, we're all going to have bad days. We're all going to have haters. We're all going to have people that just don't like us or whatever it may be. Just do me a favor. It's just keep on doing it your way, as long as it's respectful towards you and the spirits. I mean, that's all we can. That's all we can do. And I'll tell you, Mark, what I love about you again, and I mean this. I'm a big fan of you tonight. Is I like what you're representing, the cross. And you know what? That being said, is something. You have such a huge. You have a lot. You have big work to do. You have big work to do. As long that cross alone is what is. People wear it for jewelry, and people wear it because it looks pretty. I do believe you wear it because you are definitely a warrior for God, and that's my true opinion of the story you told. That's what I feel. And I may have tattoos from my head to the toe with crosses, but you know what? I do it because I love what the cross represents.
Yes.
But you know what? I'm a firm believer in the higher power. But Mark, I don't know if you know this, brother, man, and I mean this 100%. The feel I get from you, and I'm being honest here, is please accept this after I get out here and go out there. You are a very powerful man, and I don't think you need. I don't think you know this, and I think what you need to do each morning is go to that mirror each morning. And I've said this on when I talk to people. Of all people tonight, Mark, you need to go to the mirror tonight or tomorrow morning when you first wake up. Look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to look deep into your eyes in the mirror and tell yourself how proud you are of yourself. And start doing that. Give yourself a lot more love that you've been giving yourself. Go to that mirror and look at yourself in the mirror, and you're doing something right, Mark. I want you to know that you're doing something right. So just go to a mirror tomorrow morning, like I said, look in the mirror, look at yourself, and just say that, you know what, I'm proud of you, Mark. I love you, Mark. Blah, 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 whatever, how you want to say it, because you are carrying yourself. You have so much, you're so powerful, and I don't think you actually know.
I see priest. I see priest. Well, I see a priest. Were you a priest in a past life?
I'm an ordained minister right now.
There you go. And I didn't know that.
You didn't even tell me that. You didn't even tell me that. And I see priest. That's why. Wow.
Yeah, so
and I look at it this way. Jesus, he struggled too, and we're going to struggle. And that's the thing. And, we got to do God's work. I brought so many people to Christ. It's unreal. I brought my husband to Christ. He was actually agnostic. And I don't take full credit because Jesus was working on him. Right. And everything. No, but
no. Sometimes it takes years. Sometimes it takes years. People want to and I know it's supposed to be about paranormal, but you know what? Paranormal has a lot to do with how I protect myself. It's not with foolish stuff like whatever, a bottle cap. I protect myself to each investigation because I stand by the most powerful person in my life, and that's God. And that's why when I walk into a paranormal investigator, I do not ground myself. I'm sorry. I'm already grounded because I tell God or ask God, please just protect me. And that's it. That's my protection when I paranormal investigate is God. And that's why, that's why I am who I am today. And that's because of God. So that's me. So
Barbie, Alicia, how many times have we been on an investigation? The obelisk comes on and says, Mark is protected.
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
Sure is.
Yeah, you're in a bubble. I see a bubble.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of psychic. If that's one of my things, psychicism is what I call it. I call it psychicism because it's just random. It's random.
That's me.
That's
so.
But
just a couple things for George goes. Number one, George, I own my own safety company too. Okay.
Okay.
And I actually did a lockout tag out project for this Kellogg's company. You heard of Kellogg's?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I actually wrote the procedures, the lockout procedures for the machines that make Pop-Tarts. So I bet if I wrote to that safety man, I bet I could get you a case of this sent to your house. I bet I could get you a case of them.
Oh man, don't even start, because I'll be every day when the postman shows up, I'll be like, oh, that's the bill. That's not Pop-Tarts, that's a bill, But no, hey,
Hey, give me your address.
The
I'll
other thing
send
I
you
want to tell you
Oh my God.
is I'm not just an ordained minister. I'm also a 32nd degree Mason, and I'm a Knights Templar.
Oh, see, I mean, that's just,
Yeah,
and
see?
it's not about the eye game of like, oh my God, it's about you tonight. It's not about me, but that's what I'm saying. You didn't tell any of us about any of your personal stuff, and you just have this powerful demeanor about you.
Bubble. Yes, the bubble.
Yeah, and I do hope that you listen to me, Mark, if you don't mind, is really go to the mirror and please and just be proud of yourself, please, and just make sure you don't forget about yourself. Don't put yourself.
I don't. But I try as much as I help people, and like you said, George, when I do help people, I expect absolutely nothing in return.
Right.
Same.
That's not what helping people or that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
To me, it's about seeing the smile.
Yes, me too.
To see the demeanor change from, oh my God, how am I going to oh my God, thank you.
And I always say, if I don't get someone to smile in one day, I failed.
Facts.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Because I always try to get people to laugh, smile. That's why I'm the goofy one in the group. I love it because I love getting them to smile, especially sometimes you just have a bad day.
Yeah.
And there's people that said, when it's so serious, why do you laugh? If something's sad or anything, what's it do to cry?
What's the point of being mad to make it worse?
Yeah, and what's the point of crying when you can smile?
See, people lose focus on the fact that sometimes God himself puts us through trials.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that.
He wants to see us overcome things, overcome our problems.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I am.
Yes, he is.
And as you can see right back here, I am in my recording studio. This is our office, and I do write Christian contemporary music as well.
Yes, he does.
So I try to reach out to the young people, but I think you're right, George. I think maybe that's Alex's calling, to reach out to the younger people, because he's one of the younger people.
And a lot of people don't know how to take Alex. They just don't.
Honestly, sometimes I don't know how to take Alex.
But they just don't. And even girls, they don't know how to take him because he's always got a bubbly personality.
You know, George, no joke. This is no joke. We're on investigation, and if there's a young girl spirit in that house, she will come on the obelisk and she'll say, he's cute. I like him. And they're talking about that.
He's like, why can't I get a human to say that?
Yeah, he was like,
oh my God, that's so amazing.
I see him, his past life, because he's into old music, Johnny Cash, all that. I think he
has an old soul. He has a very old soul.
Yes, he does.
That's why he has a very old soul. And he's more. I see 60s for him. He has a very, like, it's crazy because, like, one of his past lives, he was in the 60s. He really was. I'm sorry, but again, random.
Yep.
That's I wonder what it was in the 60s.
I'll tell you something is I've had visions, you can call them dreams or whatever, but I've had visions all my life, and I'm in, I think I've told the team this, I'm in a chariot, like a Roman chariot.
Hey, BB!
It's laced in gold. And
I've had those.
And I'm like, what is this dream? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. So this Sunday, our team is going to Tammy's house, and she's going to do past life sessions with us. But we're going to find out.
Which I'm looking forward to it.
I am too, because I want to know my past life.
I've had 7. I've had 7. This is my 7th life.
Team, this is if we survive Saturday night.
Wow, that's insane. Well, I'll tell you.
Because the lady who used to live in the house, George, where we're going, she used to be, a psychic, medium, fortune teller type lady.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, while we're at the house, we're talking to the people that own the house, like, well, we want you to banish these spirits. And all of a sudden, we hear a loud crash in the bedroom, and we go in there, and this vase literally had to be thrown 2 feet.
Yeah, I want
wow.
So now that spirit is definitely pissed off, and I think that's her spirit, the old lady, right?
Right.
But now all of a one or two of my team members today got scratched.
Not me.
Wow.
I
Wow.
must be protected because I haven't gotten scratched yet.
And
Never say never.
Yeah, I know.
I never thought I would have been marked, and here we are, me and my bite mark. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's true.
I was a pro that in short basically asks God to cast a sword and shield over me before any investigation, or if I feel like something might go wrong.
Okay, good.
But today, when I was at work, I'm in my office all by myself, and I felt a presence, and I've never done that before.
Isn't that crazy when you can feel something that's like right there, and you're just like, hello.
I said, Bernice, if you came here to scratch me, you need to stop.
Right.
Because my daughter Amanda is here with me.
Yep.
She is powerful.
And
if you look up, I told her, if you look up, you will see the Archangel Metatron.
Yes, a lot of us are guarded by him.
Yes.
Yep.
Because Greta, who was another psychic back in the 80s, she told me when I was a teenager, she says, oh my. And right when I walked in her office and I go, what? She goes, your aura. And I says, what about my aura? She says, you have the power of Enoch. And I said, I don't, and at that time I didn't know what it was. And I said, what is the power of Enoch? She says, well, when Enoch's, there's actually a book of Enoch in the Bible. And I said, really? She goes, yeah. And I said, what is it? And she says, when Enoch died, he ascended to heaven. And God saw him as such a pure entity and someone who praised God and spread the word of God so much and worked for him that he made him into an archangel, and his name is Metatron.
Does anybody know their archangels?
I do not.
I don't either.
Mine's Michael.
So is Tammy.
Tammy's got Michael in her house.
Yeah, I don't.
I can feel him. I can feel him sometimes when he's around. And he was with me when I did the investigation. When we helped the spirits cross over at the abandoned hospital, he was with us. Because that shit went just so smooth.
Right.
Because like with Barbara, I'm learning. I'm now starting to help spirits cross over too.
That's awesome, guys.
That's
awesome.
I love the video.
On the Ovilus, it keeps coming up psychic. And then we have a shaman Reiki that I went and seen him, and he goes, you got a lot of gifts. And I'm like, okay.
He was like, thanks for letting me know something that I already know.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah, that video we did with Alicia's friend, when Alicia and I are standing in the bedroom and we're praying that this spirit will cross over, that God will open the light and let him see the light and walk into the light. And all of a sudden you see this orb right behind us just shoot straight up through the ceiling.
Yep.
It wasn't even like an orb. It was more like a mist. Like
a mist.
And you've seen the ball too.
Like you could physically see it on camera.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
People on live were like, oh God, he crossed over.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Exactly. Yep.
Hey guys,
it's awesome.
All right, George,
I do.
brother.
No. Time out. I do apologize. I have to take care of paperwork for work but I just want to say this to everybody here. Just thank you so much for letting me be with you guys tonight. I wish I could stay longer. Mark, I need to talk to you more. I just need to talk to you more. I think actually amazing man. But I just want to say thanks for letting me come along with this ride tonight. I actually had a really good time.
Yes.
But I have to take care of paperwork for work and I gotta eat dinner.
It's great having you.
It's great having you, and it's great seeing you.
Finally nice to meet you, George. Really, it's finally nice to meet you.
Take care of business.
This guy was like he was a speaker.
I can tell you this, George, the wall to your right. I love the wall to your right.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
I have a song called Angel's Wings.
Really? So you like where's that? The wings are like right.
Yeah, they're right there.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, this is actually the Reiki, my wife's Reiki room, and it's very calming, if I may.
Yes.
it's very calming in here. And after working so many hours, if it's 5 hours or so, I work 10 hours a day. So when I come in here, I am actually able to just, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just, it helps a lot.
Down here, man. It's just like you come down here and just.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Well, no doubt in my mind. All right, you guys, I got to get going.
Thank you so much, George.
Take
Love
care.
All right,
you.
you guys.
Have a good
Take-
night.
Thank you, George.
Good night, you guys. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
And we'll keep it going, guys, with Lisa with Vegas Paranormal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I gotta
That's
get going.
okay with you.
Yeah, I can stay on for probably another 20 minutes, and then I gotta get going as well.
Okay.
Sounds awesome.
Oh, that's fair.
It's good meeting you too, man. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's really good seeing you guys. I appreciate you guys having me on here. You guys just don't know. I'm ecstatic that you guys even asked me to join. Like, cause like I said before, I was like, I didn't really feel that important. I really didn't.
You're very important.
Oh, you're very
In our
important.
eyes,
You know
you're
what?
important.
Everybody's important.
In our eyes,
Exactly.
you're important.
I appreciate that so much. And
Yeah.
so are you, Mark. Like I said, you just have this huge aura. Like I can see it as well. Like, you know, people were saying it's really huge. And like I said, I see priests from you and I see this big bubble and I'm just like, holy crap.
When I first met him, I could see it.
Right.
So before
You sure
you
that
have
wasn't
to
the colored
go,
lights on the stage, Barb?
What?
The first time you saw me, I was on stage singing 80s rock. That's probably the colored lights in me.
so before you have to go, I know you said you had some locations coming up. So for the people that don't know where you're going next,
I keep it that way.
The next, oh, you don't want to tell.
Well,
Gotta
when
keep it a surprise.
for one, I keep it a surprise, and for two, because when I did advertise where I was going, people just made it to where it was a distraction for me. So just know that there are three huge more locations coming within the next 3 months.
Nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
And also, if you want to go ahead, can you type in the chat? You can post your links in the chat if you can.
Who, me or them?
You can.
Okay.
Are you able
I don't know
to
how-
do that? I don't know.
I don't know how to do that. I really don't know how to do that. I'm still learning. I'm still learning all this YouTube myself. I'm still learning a lot of stuff myself.
But
Every
you're
day's
still.
learning experience.
Yes.
So you're just on YouTube and then Facebook, but you do all your videos on YouTube, right?
Yeah. I used to do them on Facebook, but you know, I know when I do my videos, I know what I hear, I know what I see. And you're gonna always have that 1 to 3 people that are gonna be like, I didn't hear it, and I'll put it at 50 to 60 decibels to where the person can hear it. I still did. You know what? Then it wasn't meant for you to hear, for one, and for two, I just stopped doing that because YouTube is more. It's got like millions and millions and millions of people.
Way more than Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a huge platform.
Twitch.
On where?
On Twitch.
I'm working on that. I actually, Alicia actually told me about Twitch. But you know, so I started doing my videos on YouTube, and then you know, I just recently learned how to edit and recently learned how to figure out how to go about finding things. Got a new phone so I could do more things with that. Learned how to edit with the phone, you know, so I'm still learning myself. And so most of my videos, if they have a link, they'll go on. If a link to YouTube, yeah, they'll go on Facebook. And then I'll put the link and the video on TikTok. I'll do TikTok as well. And it's just like I said, it's a huge learning process on finding your evidence, clipping out your evidence, making it to where the person can see your evidence, see what you see, hear what you hear. And it's a lot of work. I'm still editing right now. So like,
It's a lot of time.
It does.
Much time.
Like I told people, a 5-hour investigation is a week of editing. A 3-hour investigation for me is 2 days of editing.
Yep. And the more cameras you have, the more you have to go through. And then you've got your EVP recorders. You got to go through
Yep.
that you find. And like you said, when you start putting it all together, then you got to do, well, what transitions do I want to use? What effects do I want to put on this film here? You know,
Right.
is there background effects I want to blend in? You know, just tons of stuff you got. And Alex has actually been coming over every now and then, and he's learning to do the video editing.
Oh, and also enjoying your wife's cooking.
April's watching on her phone, guys.
Oh, hey, April.
Hey, I'm not saying anything.
Hello.
I just know
she's just really shy. She doesn't want to come on.
This,
and that's the thing too. It took me a hot minute to get like really confident with being on a camera, because last year in May I wasn't this like open to being on camera. Now I'm just like in your face, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it takes a lot of confidence to do that.
So last year when I went out to Philly, that's when I met Brandon Crotty. And and I asked him, I said, hey, Brandon, you know, what software do you use to edit? You know, and he told me what he used. And that's Movie Studio 17 Platinum, and that's what I use still. And, you know, I just had to go on YouTube and watch videos on how to do this, how to do this, how to do this, you know, all these instructional videos, and basically taught myself how to edit on it. And then you go to Paraflix, or you go to, you know, and you watch what other teams, how they're editing their episodes. And then you don't want to copy it to a T, you know, because you want your own flair to it, right?
Exactly.
So,
that's why I started my inspirational videos. I started doing that because, you know, when I started doing the inspirational videos, I actually was just doing that to do that, but I didn't realize how much it would impact people. You know, I didn't realize how many people needed to see that, and I schedule. There's like so many scheduled all the way out until the beginning of April, and I actually put like 3 together last night, and I actually am going to put 1 together tonight. And when I wake up in the morning, I just have flowings of comments of thank you. I needed this. Thank you. I didn't even. I was watching my stories because that's where I first started, and on Facebook. And I was like, how can I get this to where it can inspire people that are in other platforms? And I was like, YouTube. So then I started putting it together, and at first I was starting to do it to be a smart aleck, but then it just started to be like a thing where people want to see every morning at 3, because 6 o'clock to you guys, or, you know, whenever it shows up to you guys, is 3 a.m. to me. So I'm asleep when they come out, you know, so I have it scheduled for me at 3 o'clock, but for you guys, it comes out at 5 or 6, because that's when people start their day in the Midwest or on the East Coast, you know? So I want someone to see that when they first wake up, to be like, thank you, I needed this, because that puts people in a better mood.
So where are you doing the inspirational videos at? So everyone can check you out. Oh, just on your YouTube channel?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, every morning.
Well, check these out, actually.
You know, I used to do that, and I started dating a guy, and I had a whole, you know, fan base. I wish I would have kept doing it, but he's like, and I listened to him. But I used to get on there and do inspirational videos too. Yeah,
and it's clips of, sometimes they're smart alecks, sometimes they're in your face, sometimes it's just random, sometimes it's to tell people screw the bullies, like, you know, George was saying. It's to tell people, you know what, live your life. It's to tell people, you know, and some of them are smart aleck, because, you know, I am a smart ass. Yeah, I really am. I'm a huge smart ass. And that's the thing. Like, I was blasted on a live last week on Wednesday, and a lot of my personal information with a person went out. And instead of getting angry and mad, I went on a live and made fun of it and said, thank you for making me famous.
Exactly. You know, people sit there with our paranormal and they're all skeptical. Well, why'd you come on here in the first place?
Yeah, why are you watching?
You must believe something because you're on here watching us, you know.
Exactly.
And you know, I picked up an old phrase from one of my favorite NASCAR racers back in the old days, Dale Earnhardt.
I loved him. Oh my God, he was my favorite.
Him too.
And I remember he said something once when they says, Dale, these people are talking so bad about you, you know, how can you take this? And he smiled. He says, well, you know, They might be talking bad about me,
but they're still watching me.
They might be talking good about me. All I care about, they're talking about me.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And then, it's funny, those same people that actually talk shit about him are also all of a sudden sad the day he passed.
Yep.
Yep.
They were just jealous.
It was just tragic.
Jealousy, they'll knock you down.
He was my favorite racer, and then I started following his son.
But see, that's another thing is I've noticed in the paranormal field, not just the paranormal field, but in every field that I've been in, music and everything else, that when you see someone that you've maybe it's another band that I did a concert with, and all of a sudden, boom, some promoter picks them up and they're playing big casinos for 2 hours, making $40,000 a show, and I'm not jealous of that. I'm like,
good for you.
Good for you.
You're following your dream. That's exactly how I am.
It's like I tell the guys in the band. I think I've told my team here. Being a leader isn't being a boss. Being a leader is helping other people grow.
Yep.
Exactly.
Helping them succeed. Raising them up. Now
exactly.
Tammy and Alicia have been lifting Barb up for they've been helping her develop it. Now, sometimes, lifting Barb ain't so easy, but it is what it is. It's
oh man.
Look at that smile. Look at that smile.
If I wasn't live, my
when it gets really hard to lift Barb up, you just buy her a milkshake. She's like the shuttle.
Shut up. They would not let me live it down. I was trying to escape because I had to fart so bad with this 1818 house. Now I gotta explain thanks. Well, anyway.
When you gotta fart, man.
I was holding it in. Well, all of a sudden it just came out, and I hurried up and turned, and I started still farting. And one of the camera guys goes, "She's chasing me!" Tammy turned around, knocked a mannequin over, and
oh my god,
what the fuck? Just like
this
that.
Big boom behind me, and it was in a dark room. I'm like, what the F was that?
Yeah, and he turned around. He thought a spirit might have knocked it over or something. Nope. It was Tammy.
Aww.
And I ran out, and I'm sitting there laughing so hard I couldn't contain myself.
And then that same place made the house come alive by singing Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
Hey, Alicia, I think this guy or gal, Con, said they can tell us about ghosts.
Yeah. If you want to come on to a podcast sometime, or if you want to go to our group page, what is it called again, guys?
Can
or Con?
No, is it Your Paranormal Experiences, our group for people to chat about stuff? Your Paranormal Experiences?
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's what it's called.
Okay. Yeah. So if you go, if you're on our Facebook page, if you're following us on Enlightened Souls Paranormal, there's also a group that you can talk about your paranormal experiences on there. If you want to post on there, we can read it and we can chat with you about it after we get done reading it, okay?
Yeah, it's like Enlightened Souls Paranormal Experiences.
Your paranormal experiences.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I'm in that group.
Here, show it to the screen.
Your Paranormal Experiences. Yeah, I just posted in there today, I think.
Yeah. Looks like that. I don't know if you can see that. There's a glare.
I'm in that group.
So I wanted to go back to the judging others and talking bad about others because they're jealous or whatnot.
I'm a smart ass about that shit. Oh my god, I will do lives and I'll be like, thanks for making me famous. And then when they try to talk shit on other people's channels, I'm like, thanks for making me famous. You guys are awesome. Because really, what's the point of getting mad? Seriously, why get mad? When you're out there going to get your stuff, you're out there doing what you do. Why? All I know is that, hey, you're making me famous by talking. You're talking. You're my mind. Like I said on my live, my name is in your mouth. That means it's in your mouth, and I'm getting to you. That's the way I look at it.
The thing is, Lisa, just like I've said, and my team has said before, There is no right way. There is no wrong way to do paranormal.
Exactly.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna talk about that.
We always think alike, Alicia.
I know.
I think we all think alike. It's crazy.
We do. That's why we're on this podcast.
Yeah, we're like millionaires. All of us will be like, oh, well, I thought of the same thing.
And this is the first time us talking to you like face to face remotely, and it's awesome. I love this, and you're amazing. You really are.
Yes,
I'd like to meet you someday.
I love your attitude, man.
It's definitely very.
Yeah,
good.
you're
Thank you.
awesome.
You know,
Thank
when
you.
people go off on me, I'll just put a laughing emoji.
You need to
I
have-
won't say a word. I just laugh at them.
She needs to have a T-shirt made that says, "If I was a ghost, I'd be
A smart ass?
poltergeist."
Well, there actually is this one post that I did where if I were dead and you guys were to try to like talk to me, I'd probably say fuck you or something, because because like seriously, you know, I learned a lot of my smart aleckness from my husband, you know, because at first I didn't have this type of personality, but being with him for like 10 years, oh my God, time you grow. And you grow really strong.
You just reminded me of something. There's a guy down in Alton, Illinois named Mikey Biner, and I talk to him every day. He's a paranormal investigator, and he hears things between, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning all the time in his house, right?
Uh-huh.
And tons of orbs. He's got more videos of orbs that I can't even believe. But anyway, he turned his spirit box on one night. He's got an SB7. He turned it on. He goes, "Who's in my room?" And you could hear it playing. They go, "Fuck you."
I actually have. It's so funny you say that, because I got an EVP from the prison that says go to hell.
Yeah.
I did. I got.
Mark.
Huh?
Sure, that wasn't me going into.
No. But what's scary now? What's really freaky is about 5 minutes later, he heard footsteps, and he opens his bedroom door, and he's got his camera on, and he looks back. He looks back, and you can see his wife's in bed. Okay, it's just him and his wife. They don't have anybody else in the house. And he stands back, and he's just holding it, and you can see this lady dressed in a black dress, black hair, and she walks right by the bedroom, and he gets up, and then there's no one there.
Oh, wow.
In Alton, Illinois, they do have a apparition called the Lady in Black. And he thinks he caught her. He thinks he caught her on video.
Yeah, and you know what? It's the most haunted part of Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Every building in Alton is haunted. Everything.
Let's meet up, Lisa.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna message you because I want to ask you a question because of my next investigation, which is in like 2 weeks. I really gotta message you because I might be going next through that state.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not sure how the direction's going to take us, but I think we're going to be going through Illinois.
Yay!
Well, if you're coming through,
That would be awesome.
you're right through our city.
Yes.
All right, and I'll let you guys. Like I said, I'm going to message you and ask you, and then I'm going to look at the map, and I'll send you the map. You know, and then we'll figure out something either before or after the investigation.
Even if it's slightly out of the way, just make a detour. We'll
Well,
be glad to
I
have
was going to say, worst case scenario, you're going to be on I-80, which is about 45 minutes north of us.
Okay, I know I'm going to be on 40. I'm dreading that one. Damn tolls.
Yeah. Route 40. I think that's.
Hope you got some change.
Or maybe she'll be going by my city.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, Alicia, because I think isn't 40, isn't that the tollway that goes by Sterling Rock Falls and then comes over to the Quad Cities?
No, we are going to be going through Texas.
Oh, you're way south.
Like I said, I'm going to message Alicia and she'll let you guys know what's going on. Because like I said, I don't put my locations out anymore because of what took place in February.
Well, that and then when you advertise where you're going to be, if you actually give the physical address, you can get people to show up and go, "Hey, can I be a guest? Can I come with you guys?"
Yeah, and you don't want that.
Exactly. I don't need stalkers. I already have cyber stalkers. I don't need real stalkers. I'm good.
Yeah.
We just say Pekin, Illinois, or we don't say the address.
No, you never say the address. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
no. We've had someone ask that on the last live that we did.
That's just creepy.
No.
We can't give that kind of info out, especially if it's a private residence, you know.
Well, that and the fact that the last live we did, something growled very loudly at us, and it's still growling today.
Where the naked man's at.
And we don't know what it is, but we do have to go back.
He's hungry.
I'm just kidding.
He's hungry for your soul. He wants your soul.
Stomach.
He's like, give me that soul.
Make him good.
Well, if he's running around naked down the basement, while he was in the bathroom, Alex was in there with the camera. He probably should have said, "Drop the soap."
Oh
my God!
Alex's eyebrows.
Wow, look at the look on his face.
On that note, she said, "No."
Wow! Oh my goodness!
I mean, yeah, we do have fun doing paranormal. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love it. I love.
And as you can see, we're like a family. We're like brothers and sisters, kidding around with each other all the time. That's the way we are.
That's what I love too, is when you actually find your people. You find your people, you know. I've actually found my people, which was Wolf and Hound, Lori, Lost for Words.
Nice.
I have, and Sam, Tennessee Sam, he's a really good paranormal investigator too. And you know, they're all just really good people. Mm-hmm. And you know, with everything that went on, they still they saw what happened. They still kept me in their, you know, in their little family. Mm-hmm. And I love them. You know, they're really good people, and you know, and I do want to grow, but now I have to be, you know, careful because of past experiences. So now I have to be really careful with that, you know, because people will turn on you on a dime. They really will.
They will. They'll stab you so fast.
You ain't lying.
It's supposed to be a whole-on team, and they gain no benefit from it. They're very quick to stab you in the back.
Exactly, especially when you walk away from a situation that's not good for you.
Oh yeah,
you know,
we had to do that.
Exactly, you know, and
that's why we're Enlightened Souls Paranormal now.
Exactly, you know, and that's the thing. I've had to walk away from situations that were no good for me, and it caused a lot of issues. And I just don't have time for that type of that, whatever that was. Now I'm moving on to things that are gonna better my life. You know, better. I want people that are actually on the same page that I am when it comes to spiritual gifts, spiritual, you know, when it comes to everything, when it comes to, hey, we're going to go paranormal investigate. It's not like you're feeling like you're doing something wrong because you're being looked at like you're crazy, you know. Yep. And that's, you know, and that's the type of, sorry, babe.
I said, that's why I shut down my gifts. Now I'm opening back up, and it's taking time. So.
Right. And it does take time to reopen gifts that you shut down. Mm-hmm. It does.
See,
you know,
I started the things that started happening with me started at like 11 years old, 12 years old. We used to rent a house, actually like 3 minutes from where I bought a house now. And in the basement, that's where the computer was, and I play my computer games on there. And I was always afraid of being down there because I always felt like I was being watched. And I told my parents, I'm like, there's like a ghost or a spirit or something down that basement, like watching me, like it's a man. And I found out from my neighbor. She was a little bit older than me. She became friends with me. She told me that a man had passed away there that used to live there. And then, so around that age, then I started to get these butterflies in my stomach. Mm-hmm. And then later that day, something bad would happen. And then I didn't pay any attention to like what, you know, why did I have butterflies in my stomach until it happened again a second time. And then I put 2 and 2 together. So the butterflies happened. Later on that day, something bad happened. So I didn't know anything about the spiritual stuff and like a, you know, impasse and psychics and the different types of clairs. And so I Googled, what does it mean when you have butterflies in your stomach? And I came across it's intuition. That's your intuition.
Yes.
I was like, what's intuition? And it's like your ability to sense other things and like this and that. And then I found out I was clairsentient and claircognizant. And so what, fast forward, 18 years old, I was like, I want to do this. So I went out on a mini beginner investigation by myself with my first digital tape recorder and flashlight, and I got my first Class A EVP. From there on out, I was hooked. So
yes, once you get that first EVP, it's an addiction.
Yes.
Once you go on your first, it's crazy.
So then I started up. So years later, I started up my first team, my home team, Residual Echoes Paranormal. And then I was doing some investigations there. I've been to Edinburgh Manor. And
I want to go there so bad.
It's amazing. I love that place. We're going to go back there as a team. Nobody else has been there but me, and I want to go back. So
if you ever go to Virginia, go to Charles City and go to the Edgewood Plantation.
The Edgewood, you said?
Yes, Edgewood Plantation. That's where I got my first EVP ever.
Okay.
Nice. That's cool.
And it's crazy because the mill, I actually felt that. And it's funny because the second time I went is when I got an EVP saying that's mine, because we were talking about the picture frame, and then me and my mother-in-law went, and then I got another EVP where he said mine, but she didn't get it. I did. We had our cameras on at the same time.
That's awesome. It's cool when you get an EVP. And so like after that, I did my team, and I got a message from this team, Host Ghost Paranormal. Hey, we seen that you've been to Cambridge, Illinois at Death Curve and where the Julian Markham murders were at. We were wondering if your team would want to come out and do an interview and tell us where the hot spots are and stuff. And so I met them out there, and it was Mark, Barb, and a couple others. And from there on out, I started investigating with them, and I officially became a member of their team. And my team kind of dwindled away. They weren't really into it as much as I was compassionate about it. So I've been with them, and then we changed to Enlightened Souls Paranormal in December of 2022. And so doing more investigations, my abilities have grown.
Yes.
More from just the butterflies in the stomach. So I get butterflies in my stomach. I realized on certain locations when I'm on an investigation, if there's a spirit nearby. And then next started, I get this head swirling feeling when there was a spirit.
Yes, dizziness
nearby.
Or nauseous. Yes.
And then it started with the ears ringing.
Yep.
Left or right. And it was like someone just was they're like blocking it out. Like
do you ever get it to where you're in a room where it has nothing in it, but it's so loud?
No, I haven't had that yet.
Oh my God. That just recently started for me about 2 months ago. We were in a quiet room. We were in the quietest spaces. And then it was just so loud. Like, and I'm like, do you guys hear this shit? And they're like, no. And I'm like, it's so loud to me. And then I recently heard the residual noises of when we were at the hospital, the machines of doctors walking around, basically the monitors going off, but there's nobody in there.
That's awesome.
And it's an abandoned hospital, and there's nothing there.
I love it.
That's super cool.
So
I'm not quite there yet. I've heard one spirit before, but that was just one time, and I don't know if it was just that location. But then, so I started to get the ear ringing thing, and you keep doing more investigations, and then I actually start having visions when I'm sleeping.
Yes, I get. Oh my God, I hate the vivid dreams.
Yeah, it was bad. I had a really bad one. I told the team about it. I dreamed that I was this person, but it wasn't me. Like it was not my body, and I was with this other person. And there was this older woman, and we were outside by this like baby tree, like and then there was this White House offset of it, and she was like mean to us. So I remember having something like heavy metal, and then we started hitting her in the head, and we killed her, and we buried her by that tree. And I woke up, and I told the team, and then later on that day, I found a newspaper article on Facebook on the
Mr. Vegas, guys. Mr.
Hi.
Vegas.
Nice to meet you.
They said nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I found this article across on Facebook that just happened. They found a woman. It was that same day. So I woke up from that dream, and in the morning they have this article there. This woman, she was a teacher. She had been murdered by these two students.
Oh, wow.
High school, middle school age, and she was an older woman. And then the next day they showed.
So you basically saw.
I saw what happened. I don't know if I saw it happen while it was happening or after it happened. And I was like, how do I even know where this is at? And like, how do I know when it happened? Is this happening now, or did it already?
She came to you. That's what that was. She came to you. She wanted you to see how she was murdered. That's what that was. She actually came to you because somewhere down the road, you actually had you two crossed paths, whether it had been a spirit, whether it had been a past life, whether it had been something, but you two had crossed paths, and she came to you because she wanted you to see how she was murdered. That's what that is.
Yeah. And so the next day after seeing that article, they released the details on what happened, and they showed a video clip of the area she was found at. She was found in a park. Wow. And that tree that I'd seen in my dream where she was murdered by, it was right next to a White House.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And she was bludgeoned in the head.
She wasn't shot. Alicia, she wasn't shot?
No, she was bludgeoned. She was beaten in the head like in my dream.
Because as you were talking about that woman dying, the obelisk came on and said shot.
Maybe she felt like it felt like
that's probably what it felt like. Because something like that tragic.
Yeah, if you get hit directly over the head, you won't feel anything. You'll just go out right away.
And then after that, so I've been having more visions in my dreams. And then recently, I've never had this happen. We had an investigation about a month ago at a haunted barbecue grill / bar. And where me and Barb were doing a walkthrough because this is what we do.
Yep.
Mark has us scope out the place, see what we're picking up on, what we're feeling before we actually do an investigation, before we talk to anybody, do interviews. So Barb's walking in front of me and I'm walking behind her, and we go into this room in the back of the, well, I don't know what you would call it, back, but so there's like this mop bucket in this mop station and like these shelves with like supplies on it. And as soon as we walk through that door, I got this glimpse in my head of a tall shadow, dark outline. I couldn't see who, the face or anything else but a man walking in there. And like, then I got in my mind that he was getting in there to get supplies, to go get the mop, go get a supply. And then he was going back and forth between that room. And then there's a room outside of that. Next to it is his shop. There's a shop back there. So we came back and we talked to Mark about it. And then we're doing the interviews. And, we found out that, well, that's weird. They were like, because a man that he used to work back there, his name's Lee. He had cancer and he died a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
And he did come through that night too.
Sorry, I had a bug in my face.
You're fine.
Yep, we've all told them.
So it's like, you know, you keep doing this stuff more and you're acknowledging
And you'll see
the
more.
spirits.
Yes.
And yes. And you
eye
acknowledge your
opens up even
dreams
more.
and you're paying attention to your dreams and then you're relating it to life. And it opens up so much more. I can't believe the things that I can do now.
It's crazy because with you saying that, when I was in the prison, I was with Wendy Clark and her person, and we were actually walking through the infirmary. And it's crazy because as we were walking towards the ladies' ward, we were in this one room, which was almost like a closet, and all I could see was territorial fight. Because I said, and I'm actually just going to upload that clip Saturday. It'll be out at 9. And all you see, all I could see was fight. That's all I could see was fight. And then because it was over territory. It was over territory. And that's basically what the spirits wanted to show me. You know, it's crazy when you're in a location and spirits will show you glimpses of things. You know, like I had a spirit in my house. Me and my husband felt it right away. Like second day we were here, I told my husband, I was like, something don't feel right about that back room. And he goes, you feel it too, right? I said, yeah. And what it is the spirit actually intertwines with our house and the house, like kitty corner to our house.
Mm-hmm.
He's in between one house and my house, because in the area where he died, it's basically, he was an older man. He had either brain cancer or he like slipped and fell and he hit the tub. But somewhere in his brain, I could see that. And it was funny because my best friend, which is Lady Mary, she's she's becoming a YouTuber. She confirmed exactly what I told her, because she also can hear and see spirits too. And it's funny because as I was talking about him, he was confirming everything to her. He's like, yes, she's right. Yes, she's on point. He was sick, and that's what it was. He was sick. And he somehow, the water got on the floor and he tripped and he just hit his head on the tub.
Oh man.
So I sensed that right away, because I was like, something with the brain. You know, that's all I could see, is something with the brain. And I sensed it right away. And you know, and that's the thing, like I set him free when we first moved here, and now he stays because now he's our protector.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine that. You set a free spirit and it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to stay because I like you. You know?
Well, this is what happened to me one time. He had a seizure, but see, I was asleep. I was out. And all of a sudden, I dreamt that I was the one that fell and had the seizure. I seen the floor. I seen everything. And I felt someone on my side, wake up, wake up. And they kept saying, wake up, wake up. And my husband, I thought it was him. So I woke up and I was out of it, man, because I was woke up fast. And so the next day I said, well, thanks for waking me up. He goes, and moving me. He goes, I didn't touch you. So a spirit woke me up. And it was crazy. Then another time I was laying there and I heard drums, and I look over, there's a lady kind of swirling up, and I looked down and there I was laying there.
Oh wow.
And I felt myself being pulled into my body. That was the first ever out of body experience I ever had.
I do gotta say though, that seizure, there was nothing about it that seemed anything to do with the brain. So my guess is it was brought on by one of the spirits in the house.
Yeah, we lived in a trailer and it was very haunted. It choked Mark even.
Here's what I'm wondering. The spirit that choked Mark, I wonder if, because the way I fell over, I wonder if it put me in a sleeper hold even.
Sometimes they'll do that. Yeah, sometimes they'll do that. I've had some experiences while I was asleep where I felt something at the end of my bed, and I woke up, like just wake up. I didn't move or anything.
Right.
And then whatever was there actually was pushing me down, and it was almost like sleep paralysis where you couldn't move. And the person that I was with, I actually had to kick him to wake him up to get that thing to like let free. And it worked, because after that I didn't feel the pressure being pushed on the pillow because I couldn't move, you know. So it's funny how like when you're in a haunted like area or you're in a haunted house or whatever, what the spirits will do to you when you're at your weakest point.
Yeah. His eyes rolled to the back of the head and he was moving. So when he got his EEG done, everything was normal.
Again, which leads me to believe either dehydration or a spirit.
There you go.
Then I didn't tell the team this one. I had a really good friend. She was like a mom to me. And she found out she had cancer of the ovaries. Well, her ovaries were gone. So the doctor, I was like, no, she had a full hysterectomy. Oh, well, when we unhook her, because they had to unhook her and everything, she's not going to know. She's just going to fall out. I said, no, she's going to let us know what's going on.
Right.
Well, we were all surrounding the bed. He wasn't there, but my oldest son was, because that was her pride and joy. He was at the foot of the bed, and we were surrounding it. And she went around the room, looked around. She was wide awake. It was crazy. She couldn't talk, but she moved and she looked around to everybody and come back. Stopped at my son, had a tear, and died.
Oh, wow.
Then I had a dream that night because her son has like bipolar schizophrenia. He's not all there. And I said,
welcome back.
And I went up to the sink. I was washing my hands. And I hear, hey, Barbie girl. And I turn around and there she is laying in bed. I said, what are you doing? You died. She goes, I can't go up to heaven yet. What about Tim? Tim's, who's going to take care of him? I said, look, you need to go to heaven. God is waiting for you. Tim will be taken care of. And I argued with her a little bit. Next thing you know, she finally decided to go, and I saw her spirit rise up. And this is in my dream, mind you. And I have those type of dreams where someone will die, and if they want to talk to me, they do it in my dreams.
I had an experience like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
My best friend, he is in Virginia, and his dad was passing, and his dad wouldn't leave. His dad wouldn't go. Mm-hmm. And so when me and him actually went to go visit his dad, as soon as I got to the hospital room, I saw white dots around the wife, and I was like, he's in between. He was in between the spiritual world and he was in between our world. So I said, Mr. Larry, I was like, you can go now, sir. I was like, it's okay. You can go, because he waited. I guess he was waiting long enough for his son to come see him. And then that morning or the next day, he finally passed. But I even told his family, I was like, he just needed somebody to help him along. I was like, he didn't want to go, and he was stuck in between our world and that world, and I could see it, it's crazy. And that's when I was in Williamsburg, and as when I moved to Williamsburg, gifts started opening up. When I moved out here, full blown in my face sometimes, and I'm like, another one. Okay, thanks for the warning.
Yeah, we were all cheering her on. Close your eyes. You can go. This is when she was
right.
Like, you can go. Come on, you got it. You got this. You can go. Let's go. We were
right.
We probably looked nuts. People walking by probably thought,
what the hell
are they doing?
What are they doing?
It was just like, and I kept looking outside, looking at her, and it was crazy. I couldn't believe I witnessed that, and she came to me. It was awesome.
But it is an amazing feeling when spirits trust you to talk to you. It really is. It's an amazing feeling.
Speaking of dreams, though, and this is the only dream I can remember just from my head. I never had to write down because it was just so clear.
So vivid.
So there is a flower that's native to the Alps in southern Germany, in the Bavaria areas. And for whatever reason, I had climbed the Alps to pick the flower. Well, kind of fast forwarding a little through, I ended up went face to face with a woman, and she held a scroll with a gold case, covering in a sense, encrusted with gems, diamonds, rubies, sapphires. And after I handed her the flower, she went to hand me the scroll, but obviously I don't know what happened because I got woken up. But to give you backstory on the flower, it's a very common thing in a German military division that they'll send people up the Alps to basically pick this flower and bring it back. It's like a sign of a true warrior.
Gotcha.
So like only the best ever go up there and do it. And
oh wow.
For whatever reason, I had to do it, and it was likely involving this scroll, which still to this day I have no idea what it was or who it was that held it.
All right, late guys. I'm gonna get off of here because I gotta eat my dinner.
Yeah. No, I got the husband and the kids calling me too.
Yeah,
right?
Probably has icicles.
But if we want to do a part 2, we can do a part 2 even. Bring you back on.
Yeah.
We can talk some more.
Oh,
we're going to be talking anyway. So.
Oh, man, we could talk for hours. Shoot.
Yeah, we can. But
I think it's awesome.
We went through
Thank
2
you
hours
so much for
travel.
coming on.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys.
You're amazing.
We always say, oh, it's an hour, and then we end up on there 2 to 3 hours.
4 hours later.
I appreciate you guys asking me. I really do. I appreciate you guys having me. So,
good night. Thank you.
Enjoy your food.
You're welcome.
Enjoy your food. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye,
Thank you, guys.
everybody. Have a great night.
Everyone have a great rest of your night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.